is the famous Suicide Squad.
Num num.
We love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the review of
W.
the
Oh,
Suicide Squad.
I was going to say WAT podcast. Okay, yeah.
The Suicide Squad. Not Suicide Squad, but
The
the
Suicide
Suicide Squad.
All right. General consensus.
Man,
What?
that was a meh. That was so meh. I had high hopes, man. I was like, fucking James Gunn gonna smash this shit out of the park.
Mhm.
It was kind of meh. It was better than the first one,
Yeah,
which is not a very
Yeah,
high
it's-
bar to beat.
yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
there was a lot that was wrong with it. Yeah.
No.
And a lot of people are saying that was the most fun they had in a cinema and shit like that. I was
That's a
like,
lie.
no.
No. That's why I had a lot of thoughts on it because, like, the way the consensus was like, oh my god, this is like such an exciting movie. It'll be like so fun. I went there and I was like bored out of my mind. Like
Yeah.
I was like, cool. Like the thing is, like, there are fun movies like I watched, like, and then but like this one I was like sleepy and I actually wanted to just go to sleep. Like it was meh. It was actually meh. It was, for me, it was like ish,
Yeah.
badish, meh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my general consensus.
Yeah. I think we should start with what we liked about
Yeah.
this movie.
What did we like? Okay.
The characters were good.
Mhm.
I mean, they had some of the weird characters from the first one, but like they were fine.
Yeah.
They were fine.
Yeah.
Like
no,
you had fucking Captain Boomerang who died.
no.
Whoops. I mean, you had
Yeah.
Captain Boomerang
Yeah.
and all these fucking weird people. The main characters were also fine as well. They were okay. Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
whatever her name, Margot Robbie plays Harley Quinn really well.
Yeah. I think
I'm glad she wasn't sexualized to a point where it got uncomfortable in this
Yeah.
movie.
like where she's changing clothes and stuff. Like,
Yeah, that was just a
yeah.
fucking
Oh.
horrible.
Okay. Yeah.
Then what else? I think the chemistry between them was okay as well. Like it was like, remember in the first movie they had that scene in the bar and
I
everyone
haven't watched the first.
okay, well, in the first movie there was a scene where they were like, they hated each other, and then there was like one scene at the bar where they had like this heart to heart moment and everyone was like, yeah, fuck it, yeah, we're a team, blah blah blah. And you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Like no one does that in real life. Nobody does that, right? But in this one, like they had that constant friction throughout, so that the chemistry that was there and not there at the same time, you could feel it between these characters. So I liked that.
Yeah. Okay.
The characters were designed well.
Yeah.
They had some good costumes and shit. Some of the yeah, that's it.
I don't think there's, like, apart from Margot Robbie, who I thought was standout, and maybe Idris Elba and like John Cena's chemistry, I don't think there was anything like I particularly liked.
Yeah.
And I think anything that you say like is pretty much covered. I don't. Yeah. No, nothing.
Okay, what did we not like?
Man.
They had way too many licensed songs.
Yeah.
I'm
They-
just like the Suicide Squad have way too many
Yeah.
licensed music. Like they need their own song.
Okay.
Man.
I'm just gonna say it. Shitty final fight. Super disappointing.
Yeah,
I thought.
I'm glad it wasn't in the dark though.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one thing, good thing I liked actually,
Yeah.
was like that it was very bright, like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hated the pacing. Hated some of the dialogue. Hated like kind of the chemistry between some of the characters. I hated the choice of the characters. Like the rat
Weasel.
wizard like was so dumb.
Weasel.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought there's some of the scenes were so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes also dragged out on too long.
hmm
But yeah, there's I'll just
I
give
think
that.
for me, the bad one was the comedy was just
Oh yeah.
god
Oh
awful.
my god. They didn't hit a
God
single
awful.
mark. Oh my god.
God awful. Okay, there were a few where when they were referencing when they were referencing the first movie, like the okay,
Yeah.
kind of spoiler. Okay, no, we'll leave that for later. But
Yeah.
there were a few scenes where when they were referencing the first movie, that was funny because they knew how bad the first movie was,
Yeah.
and they were making fun of it,
Yeah.
and they were like, it was like a callback to how stupid
Mhm.
that idea was.
Yeah.
So I like that part. Those parts were that comedy was good.
Yeah.
But in general, none of the comedy hit.
Oh my god, they were the worst people to deliver comedic lines.
Mm,
Well, yeah, we'll get into that because I actually have specific scenes in mind that made me like cringe in my seat. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, this could have been so funny if it was like
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds saying it.
Yeah. What
Okay.
else was there? Yeah. We have a big fucking dumb CGI monster at the
Yeah.
end to fight
Yeah, super tragic.
Patrick
Yeah.
the starfish.
Yeah, stop spoiling.
It's in the
Oh,
trailer.
okay. All right. Okay. Let's give a
Rating. 4.5 out of 10.
4.5. I mean, I would give.
Look, the first one I would give it like 0 or 1 or
Okay.
2. No, 1.
Okay, having never watched the first one, I think I would still give a 3.5. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it that much. I know I will never rewatch this, and I think I could have gone my entire life without watching it the same way I didn't watch the first one.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Same.
All right.
So now let's get into the spoilers and this review and full-on discussion about this
No. Yeah. Okay.
fucking sad movie.
Oh my god, it was so garbage. I'm like, so the thing I was really worried about was like you finding it good and me finding it bad,
Yeah.
because like that happens a lot of the time. Because like I'm a very like nitpicky person.
You are a very, very critical person,
Yeah.
and I know that because there have been moments where it's like, oh, I found this season kind of good, and you're like, no, not really.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, and oh my god, like I actually wanted to fall asleep. The pacing was so.
I was on my phone.
So
like
slow.
for majority of the mid part.
Yeah.
I was just like on my
So
phone.
I decided to be the bright person, and I was like, no, I'm going to watch this movie without my phone, because like it's now become a habit where like regardless of the movie, unless it's like a movie I'm like super pumped to watch, like I'll just be on my phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this with this one. I'm gonna like get a nice bowl of like snacks, soda, sit there like it's a movie because I have a recliner, and I was like, I'll watch it. And I had the blanket and everything, and I really wanted to just go to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
It was just, man,
Like why did they put the rat woman like
the weasel.
weasel? No, not even the weasel. The rat woman controlling with the
Oh,
wand. Like I thought she was
for the
just-
final,
yeah, she was like the dumbest character ever. Like
final
it's-
battle.
also like having the same two people like who do the exact two same things like Peacemaker and whatever Bloodshot.
Yeah,
Boring as shit. Like it's so dumb. Like don't put both
they
of
just
them.
had a dick measuring contest in the middle of
Yeah, exactly.
the movie.
Like no, like it was so dumb. Like everything. I think the only person in that entire movie who hit their comedic mark was the shark guy. I thought he was
The shark guy and polka dot man.
Oh yeah, Polka Dot Man. Evan,
Like
he was
because he was like this depressed fucker,
yeah.
and you were just like, yes, you know what?
No,
All these characters are way too happy in life. We
Mhm.
need one depressed guy who's just
Yeah.
traumatized by his mom.
no, that's fair. Yeah, and like, what's her name? The woman who like runs the whole operation.
Yeah.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Waller.
No, but what's her real name?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So she was okay. I thought like
Yeah, she was fine.
okay.
Yeah, but she was fine in the first movie as
Yeah.
well. She was fine in
So,
the first movie. Like
They're
her,
just yeah.
her persona.
The
is good.
thinker was completely useless. Oh my god.
Thinker.
The thinker, the guy with the brain things.
There was a guy like that.
Yeah, he was the main guy who had like been doing the whole like
Oh.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
main villain, like
yeah,
the main
yeah,
human villain.
Human villain.
Yeah.
Completely useless. Don't even know why they put him in there. Don't even know what his purpose was to get them in. That's
No,
it.
that was just for exposition.
Exposition.
Oh, this is a fucking
Yeah.
big bad guy you have
Yeah.
to fight. Yeah.
No, it was super bad. The whole like the way the fight ended was so bad. Oh my god, I should have said this in the one good thing. But the one good thing was that people actually died in this movie. If everyone had gotten out alive, I would be way more mad.
They died in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. That was the dumbest shit ever. Like that was
I was
like
like, you know what? I'm hyped. There's so many fucking
yeah.
like characters. It's gonna be like a mishmash, whatever. Like
No, that
Nope.
was such a
They
cheap
just
shot. Like,
killed everyone.
yeah, I think James Gunn thought he was like being smart, like, being able to kill characters, but it was also characters.
We
Are they
didn't
from the
give a
first?
shit about.
Yeah, we didn't give a shit about. I have never. I'd have no
No, no,
attachment.
literally the only one who died from the
Or
first one who was in this
was
one was Boomerang, Captain Boomerang.
oh, wasn't the guy with the white hair also in the first one?
No,
Okay, I feel like I saw him in the trailers.
no, he was not
Yeah,
there.
so like I don't give a shit about them. Like what Pete Davidson like saying I don't want to sit next to a werewolf or something. Like I don't care about him. Like
There
what
was
a
no like. Fine, maybe they wanted to make the death scenes a bit more funny and shit,
yeah,
like, but there was like
nothing.
nothing.
You remove that 10 minutes and your life would be fine.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have to do the whole like pre-exposition scene as well of them coming together and him being like, so this is my team and this is the mission. They could literally have like started with them on the beach and being like, okay, the mission is this or whatever, blah blah blah, into the intercom.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, gotcha.
And then maybe slowly in the middle, when you have like those emotional beats,
Yeah.
that's when you drop like the little bit of exposition. Like this guy, like Idris Elba's daughter is in
Yeah.
trouble. That's why he agreed to come on this mission.
Exactly.
Now the whole fucking scene and all that
Yeah,
shit.
like also I feel like using instead of like having that, but instead of they could have used all those moments like him saying like my daughter is in prison, or like John Cena could be like, why, how did she get you into this? And you could just be like, no, my daughter did this. Like that would help build like that chemistry a lot more, and then they get attached to each other and stuff. And like they tried that with the like rat scene, like why rats, and I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And again, Taika Waititi, best thing in this movie. Fuck yeah. Like he gave the best dialogue, like if rats are like the bottom and the whatever, and they can
And they
have
still have
value,
purpose.
yeah. So like best dialogue in the scene. Yeah, John Cena and Idris Elba's chemistry was okay, but man, all of them missed their comedic marks. Why would you give them comedic lines? Like Margot Robbie is not funny though. Like
No, she is not funny.
she is not funny. She tried.
She's not funny. But like the way she
Her, yeah,
persona is so like it's so I don't know what is it, like captivating, right?
yeah.
Like she's like perfect for Harley Quinn
Quinn.
because she's like a little crazy, like she plays crazy really well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But like when she kills the guy and she's like, being like, oh, like my mom said, like no bad guys. Like I was like, please remove this cringe word. Like, oh my gosh, this is so cringe. It's so long. Why is she giving me all this backstory? Like, oh my god. And then
She like, just said,
yeah.
"You're trying to kill kids, man."
Yeah, you're trying to kill kids. Or, my mama said like there's a red sign, blah blah blah. But she was like, my mama said that when I need a guy, and like
she's like, "R.I.P. to the little
Yeah.
monster in your pants." I'm like, okay.
yeah, and like there were so many unnecessary scenes where he like the other general like burns up the birdhouse.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fuck was that for? What was any
Had
of it?
no payout.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Harley Quinn will see that and she'll get like pissed.
Pissed.
Nothing.
Nothing. Majority of this movie had no payout. Like they had the whole like getting captured by the American people. Like like they were like,
Yeah.
no
Which
payout.
is funny because Idris Elba has a British accent in
Yeah.
the movie. Just like
Yeah.
what? So Polka Dot Man and the Portuguese chick, they can walk out.
God. Yeah. But
Even
they
though
could
Polka Dot Man has an American accent, but the guy with the British accent can't walk out.
Yeah.
Only so that they could have that fight in the van where they just
one punch.
one
Yeah.
punch man, all three of them, and they get out.
Out. Literally so pointless. I saw that scene and I was like, what did you put me through all of this for? This movie could have been like 30 minutes shorter, man. Like, fuck. Like, and James Gunn thought he was doing all this cool shit with like, the Walt Disney Presents and all like the cool like chapters like presented.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. man,
That's
like,
fine.
Yeah,
Like,
whatever.
that was cool, whatever. It looked
Yeah.
like a comic book movie.
I feel like
but
the only moment I actually cared was like when like the only moment I felt something was like when he kills what's his name, the general guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Flag.
and he was like peacemaker. What a joke! And I was
Yeah.
like, the only dialogue that's actually been like,
That
he did, that delivered fucking well.
Yeah.
Nothing else has like delivered.
Yeah.
Like John Cena dying, and then he was like smaller bullets. I was like, I don't give a shit. Like fucking move this shit along. Like, oh my god! Like every scene just felt so. Like the thing is, like I feel like some scenes were fine, but the way the movie was paced, by the end, the whole like saga of them being like changing their minds and being like, we're gonna go save them and everything, super dumb. Like also, why didn't she just think to do that in the first place? Like just go tell all the rats to kill her.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was not the first idea that she had. She's like, I'm just gonna wait for Pokemon to die and everything. I don't even, yeah. Like they picked such useless characters for such a gigantic monster.
Yeah.
Like Polka Dot Man, a guy who has weapons, a guy who has weapons, and then a rat controller. Like they didn't do, two of them didn't do anything. It was just a
No,
rat.
Harley Quinn just had the
Yeah,
spear. That's it.
nothing. Yeah. And all she did was like, oh my god, even that scene where she was in the eye, I was like, what the fuck is this supposed to be? Like, Jesus Christ. I actually really dislike this movie. Like I don't understand what the hype around it. And I was like, was the first one that bad?
It
that
was horrible.
like that they actually had to like people were like, oh my god, this is amazing. Or is it just the name of James Gunn?
Thanks. Yeah. You know, this is like the Zack Snyder shit that we were talking
Oh
about.
yeah. Yeah.
But James Gunn has actually earned it.
no, that's fair. He did do Suicide Squad pretty well.
Yeah.
Not Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy. So I
Yeah,
thought that would be
exactly.
like, you know, a fun caper between like five. You see, like the thing is, he can do it. He did make a movie about five characters who had come together. They build that
With no backstory.
yeah, with
or
no
anything.
backstory. He just failed at this.
Yeah.
He just absolutely
He could
failed.
have. I do believe he could have done a better job.
No, he could have. He
But-
could have absolutely done.
I think it's just
Yeah, and
they
that
picked such fucking horrible.
even like
Yeah.
the ending scene where like the starfish was like, I mean no harm or whatever. Like I like whatever that last line he said.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, who cares? You're just a starfish on our face. Like,
Just Patrick the
I
Starfish.
literally have seen you for like 5 minutes and you want me to care. Like, you think people just telling me that
This is like when we complain about Marvel villains have like no motivation, nothing.
Mhm.
This motherfucker had nothing.
yeah,
Nothing.
nothing
He
at
was
all.
just kept in a tank, and then the tank exploded,
I thought
and
it
then
would
he's
get
just
really
walking.
cool when like they had like all these people like tortured, like they were like people in jail. I was like, this could get interesting finally, and then nothing happened. Like I don't know what happened. Those people just died, or like whatever. Like the thinker was also just useless exposition tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the movie just sucked. Like even that whole sequence of them killing all the guards like in that camp,
Hmm.
like that was such a long sequence for such a short comedic payout, which wasn't even delivered well. Dude, I thought it would be super funny when they find out, and then you just see the way they deliver, and I was like, oh, what a waste of time. What an absolute. So yes, we weren't. I wasn't a very big fan, and I don't think Amoy was either.
No, I was not a huge fan. It was 100% better than the first one. Ain't gonna lie, because that movie was a goddamn waste of money. Fuck my life. My money went to charity, and I still feel robbed.
I am so glad. Like the thing is, before I watched the Suicide Squad, I was like, let me watch Suicide Squad.
Oh,
'Cause it's on Netflix, and I was like,
God.
I like was debating because I was like, maybe it'll help me understand like this
You
one.
would have had
Yeah.
the biggest waste of
Yeah,
your
and
time.
I was like, thank God I didn't, because like even like another scene that really bothered me. One scene I will give credit that was really good was the Harley Quinn escaping scene.
That was good.
That was a
It
one
was
good scene.
stylistic. It was artistic.
Stick-
It was fucking weird as shit,
Yeah,
but it was so
so
cool.
good. It was so good. That was the one scene that I liked. And then even at the end, she was like, they were like, we're coming to save you, and I was like, that's the worst delivery of that line I've ever seen. It was like, we were coming to save you, and he was like, oh wow. He's like, I can go back, and I was like, no, it was really good plan too. And I was like, oh my god, I could have given it better. That's what I mean. It's like I had a lot of thoughts about this movie, but there were a lot of them were just negative.
Yeah, no, I had that feeling that you didn't like this movie.
I really did.
When you told me that you had your thoughts, I was like, you don't like this movie. That's why when I watched it, I was like, okay, this is not going. This is not going good, man.
Yeah, he's gonna come and he's just gonna be shit talking for 30 minutes and he'll be like, yeah, fine, review done.
But yeah, I think we
Yeah, I
can
think we can,
end this review of the Suicide Squad.
Mhm.
God damn it, Warner Brothers. Why? Well, God damn it, DC.
Oh my god, they're like, this is the best DC movie. Oh my god, Bart liked it. That just reminded me. Bart said he
You're
was
joking.
like, Bart said it's the most fun he had in a DC movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like people are saying that they went to the cinema and they're like, oh, fuck, this is so much fun. To be fair, the most fun in a DC movie is not a high bar to beat again.
Yeah, it's not very high. Like,
No.
what is like Aquaman maybe? Like,
No, a little bit, yeah.
I don't think.
Aquaman had some good
Yeah.
point parts as well, but like I feel like they were both equal. They're both
Yeah.
equally shitty as well.
Yeah, so I think people just expectations are so low that this looks like an absolute masterpiece.
The same thing that happened I don't want to go on about it, but a 4-hour Justice League movie where
Yeah.
the bar was so
So
low
low.
that when he even like
Just a bit above it.
jumped,
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, this is awesome!
Yeah.
Holy shit!"
This is what we wanted from the start. I want to sit in the cinema for 4 hours and look at this masterpiece.
Alright, anyways, thank you for listening to the
Don't watch
review.
it. If you have the choice, go watch Free Guy. Don't watch this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch it at home.
Yeah. No, don't. It's a waste of 2 hours. Alright, see you
See you.
guys.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.